Hey everyone, so welcome to this video of KSP2 with a bunch of mods. Basically what I've done is I've installed a whole bunch of mods, which we can see here in the CCAN. I think it's called CCAN. I'm going to call it CCAN. And basically I went through and said what mods are compatible, and I installed most of them. There's a couple that I didn't because I know I'm not going to be using these ones. They're more for like the modders themselves, so we'll leave it to that. But for all the functional ones I think people are going to use for gameplay, I basically installed them all and said, let's find out how this goes. And I thought, let's make a video on it, because isn't that super wise of me? Now in here you will see that there is mods, and it'll show up. It won't show up with all of them yet. It's kind of an odd one. I think this Space Warp and another modder that goes in, I think it's Harmony or something like that. So some of them show up, some of them don't. Really, I'm not sure exactly when that's all going to get fixed or added, but it's there and it's going. So we're going to start a single player game, and we're going to jump into, I think, this one here. Let's start a new campaign, so add some mods. So we're going to say normal difficulty. We'll leave all this on. I'm not going to worry about this. Campaign, we're just going to go mod test because it's testing mods. And we're going to put my name in. And we're going to talk about the first mod, which is custom flags. So with custom flags mods, it creates a folder called flags, and you can basically add your own flags in there. So I'm going to add this one here. It's dark because it actually has transparency in it. And then I can pick my colors. And my colors, I think, is going to be accent, is going to be, this dark blue. And the other one's going to be more of like a red. I don't know how much of this red's going to go, but let's do that. And this might be just a little bit more blue. Let's go with that, and we'll see. We can always make changes in the game, but let's start the campaign and get to actually building a rocket and see how it's going. Hey Prime, welcome. Yeah, we're enjoying KSP2, which is built off of Unity, and Unity did have that giant retroactive plan to charge everybody even more money, and we're not sure what all the companies are going to do in games because a lot of people are saying it's going to basically bankrupt them. But for now, it's right here. And welcome Patton BR, which I'm assuming is Brazil. He says good night. It's more afternoon here, but thank you anyway. Yeah, we're going to get in here and see how this game runs and see if it works. If my microphone's a little too hot, I think, so I'm just going to turn it down a bit. I'm looking at the screen over here on the right, and we have the VAB. Now let's see if it works. No, I have to click. Okay, so this is per save or per agency or game save, so it's not universal. So I'd saved all the modded parts here, and now they're not there. But we'll go through and we'll quickly see if we can pick them out. Again, I'm not 100% sure which parts are modded, so I'm just going to assume that this is modded. That looks modded. I don't remember seeing that in the game. I think the rest of these were there. Yeah, these service bays are definitely modded parts. And then we have these two rovers. No, that rover's the game. This one here, if we pop it out, that's a modded part. It still needs some work, but it's in the game, and I think it works. We'll find out. Fuel tanks, things get interesting. We have a lot of very fancy little fuel tanks. We have the leak, yes. If you saw a recent video saying, here's a bunch of KSP leaks, because somebody actually made a leak, like a literal leak in the game. And just FYI, this is not a small leak. It's a pretty big leak when you compare it to a lot of other stuff. So we're just gonna toss that out. And then we're gonna go down here. I think there's not much else at the bottom. I'm sure there's something. Oh yeah, there's this one. And I think these are all, again, a lot of hydrogen stuff. Tanks that have been added in by the modders. In the engines, there's not much in the engines. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the engines. There are some mods to the engines, but they were for 1.3, and they haven't been updated to 1.4 yet. So I don't want to try stuff that's not been checked because I don't really want the computer to crash horribly. And then here, I think, again, structurally there were some original mods, but they haven't been updated yet. So we're waiting on those. Stack separators, similarly, there's nothing here. Payloads, we have the rover, which goes to the other piece of the rover. And yeah, we don't have stuff here. We have those cargo bay payload things, but they're not here. They're in the other one, which needs to be switched over. And then we have these crew cabins, and I'm almost certain crew cabins didn't exist anymore exist before. So there we go. In terms of aerodynamics, yeah, again, there was some parts in 1.3, but when we went to 1.4, they weren't yet updated. So we're hoping to see those guys. But they involved, actually, they involved a lot of parts that I think I'm going to say squad, that's KSP1 talking, but the dev team said that they were going to make, and I don't know if the person was going to spend all the time trying to keep updating something the dev was literally promising in the next patch, and then we still haven't got it. In solar arrays, there's a bunch of stuff I think is new. I could be wrong on some of this because there's a lot more here. A lot of this is like curved and other stuff. Like somebody went through and, if I'm clicking these in the right spot, went nuts on the solar arrays, and basically you now have a whole bunch of solar arrays that we can play with. In the communication, it's I think the same communication as before. Science, we get one science part. It doesn't actually do anything in the science because there's no science update, but it's a giant telescope kind of thing. It's not Hubble, but it's the other one that's up that I don't remember the name. And then when we go to utilities, there are these interesting parts. And again, if we pull it up, it's like squares and yeah, it's weird stuff like this that people make, and it's kind of neat. But there were a couple extra parts. So 1.4 just recently came out, so it's not all the stuff. But when we look at it, these are all the parts that were added into the game by modders so far, in addition to all the other sort of bonus stuff that you can use now because it's been added. So a good example of that is in Kerbal Manager. You now have it where you can go and name your Kerbal. So we can go Pico, yay, and we can create Pico, and we can go Prime, and we can create Prime. Who else is there? We got Chat. We got Patent. Let's put him in. We're going for P's today, apparently. So there we go. We got our 3 Kerbals for the day, and there's the one we're going to use as we launch around, and the rest of them, well, they're going to sit in the thing and have a nice day. So we have that, and then we also have, if I go over here, there's engineering, there's a notebook right here, and then we have this thing here is the engineering. No, yeah, this is the cheats. These are cheats. There's now cheats in the game that you can get if you want to have all these wonderful things like no crash damage, infinite propellant, infinite electricity, unbreakable joints, unbreakable parts, disable gravity, disable aerodynamics, disable thermodynamics, and then ignore max temp. So that's all there. You can sort of play around with it for now. And then you have the app tray, and it has microengineering, which you can see right here. Actually, it's been up the whole time, and I totally ignored it. And again, we have the Kerbal Manager, where you can add new Kerbals and put the names in. This is really nice. I don't understand why this wasn't in the launch of the game, but this is basically our Kerbal engineering. And if we build something quickly here, and I don't want to make probes, we do actually want some Kerbals. So let's grab some Kerbals here. We're going to grab a medium, and then we're just going to go over here to Kerbal Manager. We're going to axe that for a second, and we're going to go, sorry, Valentina, we're doing mod, so we're going to put the mod team, which is all P's, into that capsule. But if we go here and we grab a tank, and we're just going to grab, I guess, yeah, obviously we're going to grab the modded tank, but we're going to make sure that we don't put it on the door. That's the important point. All right, so we're going to put that there, and we're going to grab a little engine like this, slap it on here, and see, it'll open up and it'll say stage 1. It'll give our thrust ratio, or SLT, I don't even remember what that is. And then it's ALS in, this is atmosphere, and this is vacuum. So it sort of gives us our meters per second, and the burn time of the engine's at full burn until all the fuel is like removed. Like this is stuff that's just super useful, because if there's one mod that you need, it's this one here, which is this microengineering, because it's almost impossible to make rockets and guess without like a calculator. And what's the fun of that? Like, oops, I don't want to do that. And we're going to just build up our rocket very quickly here before we get to the next mod. There are a few things that we do need to put in that are not yet modded in the game, unfortunately, in terms of like neat stuff, which is there. So that's our basic capsule that will get us back to Kerbin. And if you're wondering, I said it's going to get us back to Kerbin. Is this really going to get us back to Kerbin? Only 400. Methlox. We could do that. Can we do this? I think we could do this. Is that going to add a lot? Yeah, 700. I'm more confident with 700 than I am with 400. So we'll do that. It looks stupid. It looks silly, but that's fine. And then we're going to grab this giant legume because it's so silly. And if you're wondering, I think I showed this the other day. If we go to the... Where is it? Oh, it's here. The color manager. The color of the leak is based off of whatever your accent color is. So you can do that. And I just made my whole... ship that color. I didn't want to do it, just want the part. Awesome. So you can make your leak super green if you want to. There you go. And the other part is what it is. So that looks good, I guess. If we're being really silly here, we're going to grab some coupling and we're going to couple some of these because we're going to need them to get out of the atmosphere and assume and hope that this is going to work out. What else did we got in here that we want to toss in? Yeah, we're going to toss in some hydrogen tanks. I don't know what the difference between these are. Nothing. They're just different colors. Awesome. And these look silly, but okay. We won't get to that one. We'll look at that one later when we build a second craft. And we need a hydrogen engine because apparently we're launching on hydrogen because somehow somebody in engineering thought this was going to be funny. It's not, but it is what it is. There we go. All right, so hopefully this is going to work and not completely crash. Again, when we're using mods, there's always a chance. Hey, Solar Flare, welcome to the stream. Let me guys know what you guys think of this and all the craziness. And if you guys want to see something, let me know because I'm happy to test stuff and hopefully not cause the game to crash. All right, we're going to go with, I think Launchpad 4 is currently clear. Let's find out. Okay, so it's going to load here, and yeah, this is the loading screen, and it's pretty fast, even with the mods. And at the top right corner, you can sort of see here that we're running about initially 1, and we're coming back up to 60 frames per second as it sort of loads. There is this new one that I got, which is the HUD overlay, which basically overlays this giant circle. I have not used it before. I thought it was neat and pretty cool, and I'm almost certain that when I did this, I didn't check to see if the hydrogen even has enough to delta V to get us, or TWR to get us off the launch pad. This might be a very quick launch, but we're going to try this anyway. We got Pico, Prime, and Patton in the capsule. Hopefully this is going to be not their only flight in the game, because one thing with Kerbal Manager, you can't add Kerbals back in that have died that already have taken that name. Now you know. I also have this cool launch down counter here, and you can move it around, which is kind of nice. As we wait for the launch to count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do we even get off the ground? No. No, we do not. Oh, that's embarrassing. So that microengineering thing is really good when we actually read it. But yeah, it's not going to go anywhere because there's this thing here holds like 100. This leak holds 100 tons of fuel. But we can see if we can go other ways. I don't know. Are we going to go anywhere? No, we're just going to bounce. Okay, so we're going to figure out how to go back to the VAB, and we're going to go quickly revert that because while we're doing that, say, yeah, the leaks fuel. Yeah, no, the leak prime has a whole bunch of fuel in there, and I forgot about that when I did that and didn't actually put enough fuel or in the engine. And welcome to, I'm going to say Hershey. I'm hoping it's Hershey. Welcome. And yeah, apparently he's a friend of Solar Flare. Awesome. So we're back here, and we're going to look at our stage information, and it's going to tell us, no, it's at 1. That should have launched. Thrust to weight ratio of 1 in Kerbin. Huh. Awesome. Well, that didn't work. So we're going to go grab some more engines. That's right. That's the solution to everything. More engines. All right. We're going to, whoops, like this. That will definitely go. Awesome. And what's that going to give us? A bunch of numbers. We're going to toss the two together. We're going to remove that, and that's going to give us now... Okay, that should be good. I'm more confident that's going to work. If anyone knows what SLT stands for, that would be great to tell me. I don't know what it means. All right, so we're going to go back to Launchpad 4. Hopefully it's been cleaned up, and we're going to see if we can get this into space, and we can try these other tanks and stuff like that, and then I'll show you the coolest, I'm going to say, fancy tank around. So, here we go. It's going to do another countdown. So there's something wrong here. Horribly, horribly wrong. Sea level TDR. Oh. So we need the SLT to be higher than 1. Thank you, Prime Aerospace, for that. Yeah, so apparently the SLT number is the sea level thrust to weight ratio. So we are nowhere near 1 on this. This number right here, as it populates as the game loads. Is it going to load? There we go. It's only 0.8. So that is not going to work at all. So of course, what are we going to need to do? We're going to need to go and say, let's add another layer on this and see if this is going to work. This is... Oh, this is going to get... No. This is where Kerbal Space Program 2 gets funky. It tries to do different things. All right. Well, let's see here. Oh, we could do it that way. We're going to do it this way. Stack. I think it's mediums. Nope. A little bigger. There you go. Okay, so we've added some stacks there because what we're going to do is we're going to do the biggest thing in Kerbal that everyone does in Kerbal. More boosters. That's right. And with any luck, we'll be able to go down, slap these puppies on the bottom, and say that's going to work. And because we're using boosters, we're going to also add some stabilizing wings. Like so. Awesome. All right. Now we're good. We're much happy with that. We are going to move these engines down here. That gives us a little bit of thrust. And yeah, we're going to now launch and see how this works. And see if we can put Pico, Prime, and Patton into space. I don't think we're going to put them in orbit, but we just want to put them into space so we can try those other engines and see how they run once they're going. As we wait for the game to load, there we go. There's always a little bit of a hiccup here and there. This thing is just waving in the wind. All right. We're going to do our countdown again. Now, the only thing with this mod is that if you do press a space to start early, like I just did, it still keeps counting down. I don't know why, but it does. So, this is going to basically launch us into space. I'm pretty sure this is enough boosters to get us there. Hi, sir. Welcome. And yeah, 100%, you know, the game isn't wobbling. There's no struts on this rocket whatsoever. This is, you know, significantly better than it was in patch 3, where I wouldn't be able to do this. I'm still not 100% sure if this is going to hold, because there is a little bit of wobble, but we're going to keep going up until the go up here until the boosters run out, because at that point I'm more confident to make the gravity turn and not break into a bazillion pieces. But yeah, this is a significant improvement over the original KSP2 release in patch 1, 2, and 3. So whew, we're good. Again, hi everybody in the chat. Let me know if there was anything you want me to test as we're doing this. I got all these different mods and stuff, and yeah, this is the HUD mod. This is, I don't know, do you think this is too confusing, too annoying, not clear as to what's what with these little blue markers and red and green and all this other stuff? How are we doing here? We're almost off the thrusters, and we have, yeah, okay, now we're apparently spinning. I don't know why, but okay. Apparently that was not good. But our rocket is flying. Well, we're going to try something here. See if we can we get back to our rocket? Like, no. So that's our first error of the day, was that apparently it's, oh, don't crash on me. Nope. Said we lost control. Awesome. So apparently the booster thing didn't work. We're going to revert to the VAB. Yeah, we're going to revert to the VAB. Confirm revert. We're going to build a slightly different rocket, one that goes there. Yeah, so Solar Flare says that it's like the HUD is like Juno New Origin style. So that's actually kind of neat. I haven't actually played Juno New Origins yet. It's sort of on my list, but there's only so much time in the day to try different things. So this broke apart and it was unhappy. So maybe we do have to add some struts to make it happy. That's my solution for everything, is add struts. Add lots of struts. But I don't know if this is going to help because it was this... There we go. Sorry, I'm not intentionally having it rotate all around. It does that on its own. All right. There's a whole bunch of struts. It's just going to break off these 4, right? That's it? Yeah, okay, we're just going to break off. We're going to leave the engine ignition for the next stage. All right. And we're going to check our Kerbals. They are the same. Awesome. Pico, Prime, and Patton. If you're wondering where these names come from, well, Pico Space. Prime is one of the big people on the modder, and Patton was basically the first person to jump on this stream and talk. And I said, huh, his name starts with a P as well. All right, so we're back here. We're going to try this again, see if we can not explode. Still a bit of a wiggle, but that's okay. Is the tower wiggling as well? Why is the tower wiggling? Anyway, awesome. We're just going to jump this thing and go. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so when you hit F2, it hides everything, but you can still see the HUD thing. And per the question, the HUD itself doesn't seem, it's just a visual thing. It doesn't actually seem to have any control on this. So, yeah, so Prime's saying that the HUD is probably a little too invasive. I don't know. It would be nice if it's scaled, like, would stay at a certain size so that when you zoomed out, oh, you can't see it when you zoom out too far, but okay. But if you zoom in, it goes away. I don't know. It's an interesting thing that somebody added. I'm sure somebody got a value out of it. And yeah, depending on where I am on the rocket, it makes a different rocket sound. Yeah, so the T- countdown only works if you leave it. It's accurate, but if you press space and launch early, it doesn't remove itself. It stays on. It's one of those weird things where you're like, that should be a little fix. It's not a big fix, but it's one of those things where, yeah, it looks like it breaks, but it actually isn't broken, I guess. That's the thing to say. So we're going to start to like turn here to get a little bit of a gravity turn. Can we even do that? Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this HUD thing is interesting. I don't know how to read it. Oh, I see how it kind of works. Okay. All right, so we're going to attempt to get... Oh, the engines are on. That's probably what it was. Okay, we're turning the engines off. And where are we right now? We're 60. We're going to wait till we hit 70 before we detach everything, because I'd rather this doesn't explode again so we can try it. Yeah, I know it should make another sound when you go above and below the engines. I wish it was a little bit smoother in the games in terms of like that sudden change. I realize that the sudden change is accurate, but it can be a little jarring sometimes. Hey, Space Cowboy, welcome to the stream. We are testing a bunch of mods right now, and I'm just trying to put this little modded rocket into orbit. Okay. We're going to attempt to break it off. Is it going to break? Please don't break, because I really want to test this. Are you kidding me? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. We switched. We switched from one rocket to the other. All right, so all those pieces are floating away. We're good. Okay, we're going to engage the nuclear drive engines. Come on. There we go. And now we got way more energy than we probably need. We're going to turn sideways. Not too much here. There we go. going to try to get into orbit with these new tanks. The new tanks have cross fuel feeding, so that's nice. But one of the things that KSP doesn't have is it doesn't show you how much fuel is in each tank yet. So you can never really tell if tanks are going to run out, and you can't set up the tanks so that they drain at certain speeds, so that you can drain sort of these outer tanks first and then the inner tank, although there's two different fuels, so that's not really a problem here. The inner fuel tank is going to probably run out maybe sooner or less as we sort of go around the planet here. And we still have these little other fuel tanks. I don't know, they're sort of what they are, but we're going to give this a go as, yeah, it's going. So I guess this arrow here is our direction. Yeah, so that's the direction. So that's the, shoot, what's this called? Oh, I'm blanking on so many words. Prograde. So this is our prograde. This is the direction that we're actually pointing. If I turn, it disappears. Okay, but I guess it's only in one angle, and then it's got the markers here and here, and then the light blue ones are here, but it doesn't really say which one is in and out. All right, we're gonna snap those off and hopefully not blow up. There they go. Woo! Awesome. No, we're not quite in space yet, but yeah. So that's kind of neat. The HUD thing is, yeah, I agree with Prime here. It's nice, but it really needs to, like, when I press the F2 button, toggle off with the rest of it, or have like a little, like, toggle HUD button or something like that to hide it, because otherwise it's kind of a bit jarring here. And yeah, we got a bunch of pieces, and well, this is because this is the leak is very odd. That's right. This is a leak in KSP2. We got the MUN up there, and we have Trunks and Gohan are here. Welcome. And yeah, we are just testing KSP2 mods because a bunch of mods in the last couple days finally got updated from like 1.3 to 1.4, and a couple other new 1.4 mods got made. So we're just testing everything out. So this is the leak. It's a giant fuel tank. I think it holds like 100 tons of fuel or something. Basically, it holds twice as much fuel as it probably should for its size, but that is the what it's doing. Now, we could see here. I want to see if we can actually go somewhere with this thing, because what do we got? Awesome. We have so many weird numbers. Which one are we? I think we're this one here. We got whatever that is. And we got this. Interesting. I'm not sure why these are all... No, I have no idea what's going on in here. Okay, cool. But we can try to go for the MUN, fly to the MUN and back, I think. Set target. Oh, right. I'm sorry. There was a reason I was doing this. Right. There's some really cool mods that you can use now to actually fly around stuff. And this is really cool. So there's a couple things like lazy orbit, like resonant orbit calculator. So this will calculate, like, if you need to do resonant orbits to put like a bunch of stuff into space and have it so it's, opposite sides and all that stuff. But the one I wanted to show you guys, because there's a whole bunch of stuff, is K2D2. This one's really cool, but where is it? Flight plan. This is essentially MechJet2, and flight plan works with K2D2 to do this. So I want to go to the MUN. I go to the MUN. I say I want to go do a Hoffman transfer at optimal time. I hit make the node. There you go. It's going to make the node to go to the MUN. Now, flight plan can't do it, but you can click this button here, and it'll pass it off to the mod K2D2. And if we go back to our little thing down here, oh, am I going to be able to do it? Come on. There you go. It's doing what MechJet2 does. It's insane. And like, this is what? It's 6 months after the game came out. They've already sort of built MechJet2 into the game, and a whole bunch of other like flight dynamic controllers and everything. Like, again, it looks busy on the screen, and plus or minus whatever. I don't know where to put these panels, because everything that's in KSP2 is just too big. It needs to be shrunk down because it uses up a lot of screen real estate. But it works. It does what it's supposed to do. And if I look at the comments, somebody says, what's my view on Juno New Origins? I have not played it yet. But my understanding is it is a very lightweight game compared to Kerbal Space Program 1 and Kerbal Space Program 2. So if you do have like an older computer without a lot of processing power, Juno New Origins is going to work like really well on that. So there you go. I'm hoping at some point I'll have some time to test it out, but right now that's about all I can say. If anyone else has any thoughts on Juno New Origins, help Space Cowboy out in the comments. And then Prime is like Afton thing and also Prograde. Yeah, no, I agree. It does a good job. It's just it needs like a little toggle switch or something like down here to like turn it on and off when you want it. I think that's the main thing, is toggle switch. Unless it's unless there's a toggle switch here. Is that it? Nope. That's to move everything around. I'm not going to do that. That's asking for trouble. Heads-up display. Okay, here's the heads-up display. So you can enable, disable it there. Okay. You can enable override apparently, and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, you can just turn it on and off. It's just I wish this wasn't a sub-menu item. I wish it was a little button down here or here that you could just turn it off to be able to see what you're doing. Okay, so we are apparently on our way to the Mun. If I go... Oh. Is it going to let me go back into the... No, let me go back to the menu mode. There we go. Yeah, it's a whole bag of interesting stuff. Okay, so we are going to go all the way to here. Warp to this time point. And we're going to arrive to the Mun, right? There we go. And then if anyone's ever done a Hoffman transfer point, you realize it's going to slam you right into the planet because it thinks it's a funny idea. So you're going to have to create your adjustment to get around it. And I believe there is a way of doing this. And again, if we go here, we go node and we hit run, it's going to do that node automatically for us. And that's good. And I thought there was another one I wanted to show. What's this? Oh, that's my notebook. Can I just type in it? I have no idea. Oh, there, notebook. You can type notes in this book. Oh my God, I'm not looking at the... Let's try that again. You can type notes in this book. Yes, I can type. Do I have landing gear? No. Trunks and Gohan, I don't have any landing gear. Landing gear is for... no, I'm just kidding. Landing gear is probably incredibly important. And we go back here and we got our absolutely ridiculous rocket as we try to find the Mun. I don't know where the Mun is. It's out here somewhere, right? Oh, it's... No, I think that's Kerbin. That's Kerbin. How am I not seeing the very object that's supposed to be... I'm sure that's Kerbin. That could be the Mun. It's going to not let me do this again. It keeps on... I think I have to use these buttons, but yeah, that's odd. Alright, well, we're going to go here, and we're going to create a maneuver plan, and we're going to go... Oh, no, sorry, we didn't want to do that. We're going to go here, and again, I wanted to show you this flight plan. Flight plan's here. We're there. We're going to circularize at the periapsis. We're going to make that node. It's going to automatically circularize, create our node and everything. This works really well. Yeah, it makes a good diary when you get stranded for 450. Yeah, you're right, Prime. If you get stranded, it's a good idea to write down all the notes of what was I doing when I crashed a Kerbal here 40 years ago. Oh, there's the Mun. Okay. The big thing is I'm interested in the chest because I haven't tested it all. Is this for every single rocket, or is this like on a per rocket basis? Or is this like all your notes across the entire save file? Something to be tested out. I did write stuff in the notes, didn't I? And it's not there anymore. Okay, awesome. Maybe that doesn't work quite yet. Yeah. So we're going to try this. I, again, don't know. Oh, we still have like 1,000. Okay. So we can actually probably land on the leak if we want to. It's probably not a smart thing to do, but we're going to try because we're circulating right now, so we can try to do kind of risk it. And the risk, if you're wondering what that is sometimes when you go time warp around, you lose your orbit. So let's hit F5. I think it's F5 to save the game. And we're going to do just an orbit around because I want to try to land on the bigger crater, which is currently in the dark. But I don't want to lose my orbit having it decay on me. So right now it looks like it's stable. All right, we're going to go faster. Still stable. All right. I'm more confident. Let's go around. Ooh, okay. If you're getting dizzy, apologies. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to look at it. I heard it got parallax. So it's definitely something I want to try out. It's just a matter of getting it and then doing it. I'm not sure how moddingable Juno New Origins is compared to like KSP2 and KSP1 and Spaceflight Simulator. I'm trying to learn how to do the modding on the other games because I just mainly do modding in Spaceflight Simulator. I've made a couple patches for Kerbal Space Program 1 right now, and I'm trying to figure out all that. It's just a matter of, again, hours in the day. I only have so much time to spend towards this as we sort of go around and see if it goes. All right. I think we're going to try for one of these. We'll try for this plane right here, I think. I don't think I've been there yet. That's probably flat. Oh, by the way, if you're playing Kerbal Space Program 1, definitely try out Tycho's map. His MUN is brutal. It's like, you want to land today, too bad. You have to find like a good landing spot. I mean like a really good landing spot, or you just won't get there. Now, there is a landing feature in this, but it won't work until it reads a collision. So in other words, you have to already have the rocket. You can't click on it and say land here. You have to actually go and get it to a point where you're going to collide. So we probably should have gone back to the map because we're going to need to be able to see where we're doing this as we start the engines. And we're going to try to land about right here. And I'm going to let K2D2 land me. This is going to not work well because we're landing on a leak, but it is what it is. And I just want to make sure we're on a relatively flat spot. There we go. And then we have to be in the flight menu for this to work. So don't try to do this without it. And there's two options, brake and touchdown. I'm not sure exactly what the two options do exactly, but we're going to hit touchdown and see if this actually does what I think it's going to do. And automatically land us. So that is the plan, is that K2D2 is going to land this horribly designed rocket, which has only 415... okay, this is probably going to need to get jettisoned at some point. Yeah, it's definitely going to need to be jettisoned. This is going to get messy. We're going to definitely need to do that. Okay, so we're going to try this and see how it goes. And place your bets in the comments. Do you think this is going to actually land? Maybe I need to do brake. Yeah, sorry, it was brake I needed to do. That's it. Got that mixed up. Yeah, brake is the one that'll do the warping. Touchdown will just land you softly, in theory. I'm saying that as I'm somewhat confident that this is how it's done. I've done this only once before, and it was like, it was very nice. It worked, but I've tried to land it in a much bumpier place, and it kind of nicked the craft. I'll post the video probably on Wednesday. I accidentally stranded a Kerbal here, and I had to go pick him up. So I was trying it, but I don't think I had any mods at that point, except for K2D2 and Flight Plan. So it's kind of interesting. All Alright, we're coming down for a landing here. How fast is it going? Yeah, it's going to need to eject that fuel tank sooner than later. There it is. Is it going to go? There we go. I don't know if this is going to stop fast enough. No, I think we're in trouble, everybody. Ooh. Okay, so that didn't work at all. All right, we're going to revert back to the VAB. So yeah, that didn't quite work, did it? But yeah, the fuel tanks work though. They put fuel into the engines, but the engines were too small to slow down. I guess that was the oops on my part, is that with this stuff, it sort of assumes when it's doing its flight plan, the thrust to rate ratio of whatever stage you're on. It didn't calculate out. Yeah, very much like the Luna 25. Yeah, just kind of went a little too fast onto the ground. All right, so we're going to strip this away, and we're going to try, we're going to stick this. Oh, that probe is way too big for what we're trying to do. What the heck is this? Okay, this is slightly bigger, and that's, yeah, okay, that's interesting. What other stuff we have here? We do have this. I think this one here is the one that it'll start to like make smoke or something. I don't know. We do have this. We could definitely do this. Oh, I think these are funny. And then yeah, we'll do the. We should definitely do some of these. So let's grab this. I don't know if it's gonna. Won't stick on those, but it'll stick up here, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then we got this other one here. Oh, this is way too big. Okay. You know what? There's a better way of doing this. Okay, we're actually going to be a little less silly this time. A little less silly. Like 20% less silly. We're actually going to build an actual lander for this thing instead of dropping it on the moon with like no functionality. All right, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to trust this. We're building a lander. Okay, so that's good. Here, we need an engine. Small. No, we want the medium one. There you go. Okay, and then we need to be able to land, so we are going to go and pick. Here we go. Giant landing gear, because who doesn't want to land with the giant landing gear? One note here, if you are playing KSP2 with the giant landing gear, I found, do not open the landing gear when you're under thrust, because they will literally explode and destroy your ship. Yeah. That's my safety tip of the day. The giant landing pieces will explode if you are under thrust. All right, I'm gonna put that down there in a second. Let's get another. Go. Awesome. Okay. Now for this, we're going to go here to the electrical, and we are going to go like this. Yeah, this is me trying to build a rocket really quickly. Add a little bit of power onto that so we can be there for a while, and then we're going to find the medium, and this is it's 4, but you can do that and basically wrap your rocket in solar panels. Isn't that nice? Like, not having like solar panels sticking out the side and everything else like this. Like, still, you kind of want to do that, but you don't have to do it. I guess is my point on this. And then this one here, if you've never seen these types before, they open up and they create like a circle. So if they're on the medium side, you know what? Let's do this. Go like this. 1 second here. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to grab. Ho 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 ho. There we go. Now it's going to give the complete circle. Okay. Close enough to the complete circle. I think there's a smaller one. Maybe it's the small ones that are supposed to do it. No, they overlap as well. I don't know. They're not supposed to overlap, but they do. There you go. Landing gear. Yes, we have landing gear. So Trunks, we do have the landing gear. Space Cowboy. Yeah, he's still on the whole thing about causing things to explode and everything, and he's apparently going to go off and stream at some point as well. Okay, so we got this. Now this is hydrogen, so we do need the hydrogen engines. No, that's not hydrogen. This is the hydrogen engine. There we go. How is this going to go with thrust to weight ratio? It's not even going to get into space. Okay, that's okay. It's not the end of the world, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm just going to double check my staging here. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to launch off of launch pad 3, just so that we're not launching into any debris. Yeah, so we're going to have that. I am not sure why that did what it did, but that's okay. If I go here, we can go to lazy orbit. Lazy orbit is similar to like hyper edit in KSP1, where you can just go like this and you can click set the orbit. And now we're orbiting Kerbin. Woo! And it didn't crash, right? It didn't crash! And it didn't do anything. So yeah, so it's got this lazy orbit here, so you can do this. Obviously this is a cheat, very cheaty, but I didn't want to be trying to do a whole launch and have you guys sit through like a minute and a half of launching. So yeah, we're now back here. We can kind of do our mission wherever we want to go. And we're going to go and use this. And we're going to switch to the view here because I wanted to go and check out something else. And because I think, yeah, Prime's still here. We're going to check out the planet that doesn't exist. Next transfer window. As soon as possible. We're not going to wait for a transfer window. Is this going to do it? It might. Ooh, experimental transfer to Dres? Sure. Let's see what it does. It's probably going to do something weird. Oh, right. It's pointing the rocket at the node. I keep forgetting that. It has to point the rocket towards the node. But, yeah, so we still have it. The giant, bright... It'd be nice if it dimmed a bit with the shuttle, or not the shuttle, the ship, so that it wasn't the same color. And I probably need to actually tell this to, where is it? Activate the engine. Not sure why it's doing that. Okay, apparently it's now, I don't know. We might have just... I don't know what this game just did. Oh, Trunks and Gohan, thank you for coming to the stream today. We're still sort of going, and it's making weird sounds. And what is it trying to do? Oh, it's... No, we're going. I don't know. It's making a lot of funny sounds. This is not the game repeating itself. This is literally what it's doing. Maybe I need to tell it to stop. It says it needs to start the burn in like 12 minutes, so... Well, we're out of hydrogen, and I think the game crashed. Oh, nope. Now the game crashed. Yay! And I guess that ends the stream for us, unfortunately. Let me know what you think. If you are watching on the replay, please make sure you give this a like. And yeah, we'll have to give it a try. But most of the mods seem to work. But again, KSP 1.4 or 0.1.4 or whatever number you want to give this version of the game is still kind of laggy. And it does crash more often than not when you start trying to do two things at once and stuff. So that's kind of a little unfortunate. But yeah, those are all the mods. As I said, if I look here, it's saying what mods got downloaded the most. Let's see. Microengineering, absolutely. The maneuver node controller, if you want fine control, sure. But flight plan, K2D2, and the Kerbal Manager are my 3 that I normally play with. And then I obviously play with Lazy Orbit just because if I need to make videos and stuff, it's nice to be able to just put my rocket where I need it. So I can say, hey guys, here's the video. But yeah, no, those are sort of the mods I would say were definitely the ones that you would want to get. They are the more stable ones most of the time. And then again, with a lot of the parts, they're still hit or miss. But yeah, the solar panels seem to work pretty well though, because they're just solar panels. But there you go. And if you do want to see me stream more, obviously do what Trunks and Gohan said, which is, bro, please start streaming more. And I will see you in the next stream. I might do a little stream tomorrow, and then possibly another one next weekend. I'm still trying to figure out, based on the YouTube thing, when people are online so that I stream at the optimal time. But yeah, we're working on it. And if you have any ideas, etc., always consider joining my Discord, where I am more than I probably should be, and I can talk to you there about content and mods and all the other cool stuff. But I do have some KSP 1 mods coming soon. And when I say soon, I mean sooner than probably KSP 2 is. All right. Have a good one, guys. Thank you for watching.